Out on area roads might be a little bit better, but not for some, and that could change as we head through the day.
Well, road services are still a big problem this Tuesday morning.
And we want to get a check of the road conditions right now. We're heading out live to JC Dodd as she joins us this morning just east of Moorhead. Good morning, JC.
Good morning, Jordan, Phoenix. I have been at this way station off of I-94 east of Moorhead for about 2.5 hours now, and things have progressively gotten worse, specifically within the past half hour. Visibility is decreasing. This wind is picking up, and it is not stopping. Now, it's very hazy when you look out onto the interstate. Tough travel, very hard to see. I want to say on my way into work this morning, in-town travel was not like we saw yesterday afternoon, but as soon as you get out of town, out of the metro, it's tough. It's hard to see. You've got to take it slow. The interstates are partially, almost completely covered in snow, and these plows are trying to keep them cleared, but it's hard with how much wind is blowing all of this fresh and already the snow that was already on the ground. It is absolutely rough today. We have not caught a break, unfortunately, but stay safe out there. It's cold, very cold out here. This wind chill is nothing to take lightly.
Yeah, you're up against a lot out there. JC Dodd reporting live just east of Moorhead. Thank you this morning. We want to get a check now of your forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green. She is leading our coverage of this blizzard. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Another first alert weather today for blizzard conditions, for that frigid air that's taking over as well in the wake of this. And this was just from the first round. And it's important to know just how much snow we got because we still have wind that's going to be whipping all of this around. And we had several places in the double digits. The Victor area in South Dakota, Wendell, Minnesota, Nashville, Minnesota, our highest report, 17 inches in Wilkin County in the southern end of the valley. And over in Ellendale, 8 inches of snow in the southwest. Over in the southeast, Battle Lake, 8 inches of snow too. Right here at Valley News Live, we had about 5 inches of snow and more reports coming in. If you've got one to share, please pass it along. That helps us to know how much snow we're dealing with and what we're looking at as far as areas where we may have more trouble with blowing snow today. Here's a look at the latest radar. We have snow coming down. You can see that snow falling in the southern end of the valley, south of Fargo-Moorhead, though there may be a few flakes, a few flurries in the FM metro. Accumulating snow is a little farther south. This is all part of that second round that's making its way through eastern South Dakota and into parts of Minnesota here. And that's going to be affecting southern viewing area and points east, Lakes Country, most likely today, where we have that best chance for getting a few more inches of accumulation, in addition to, again, the departing system whipping up that wind. And here's a look at our latest visibility. Those areas in that blizzard warning we've been telling you about all morning, we are still seeing visibility less than a mile. And in fact, in Gwinner, we're at 0 still. To start off our day today, a half-mile visibility in Wahpeton, over into Lakes Country. Some visibility reports less than 2 miles in a lot of spots. Fargo, less than 2 miles. No snowfall, but it's the wind, and that will be the big factor for us through the day today. Even without the snow, driving, especially in open country, going to be low visibility, and that's if you're not running into those big drifts on some of those roads as well. So here's a look at our latest winds. Fargo now gusting to 31 miles per hour. Jamestown, Oaks, all gusting above 30 miles per hour, enough to cause that blowing snow. And it's that north wind making for brutal wind chills. 30s, 40s below right now, 47 below in the Grand Forks area. It feels like 36 below in Fargo. So again, just tough conditions to be out in this. Make sure you're covering up and layering up and limiting your time outside today. I know we want to get cleanup going in some areas, but you know that wind's just going to blow it around anyway. Maybe wait till it's a little bit less wind to do that here if you can. I know a lot of us have places we need to be. Here's a look at our temperatures right now. 9 below in Fargo, 17 below in Grand Forks. That's just frigid on its own. 18 below in Devil's Lake. We've got a little bit of snow being reported in Fergus Falls right now. That's one of the areas that could still see some accumulation. And in Grand Forks, our planner, going to be a little quieter as far as blowing snow is concerned, but still breezy, and temperatures are going to be frigid all day. We may not even climb out of the teens below in parts of the Northern Valley, including Grand Forks. And it's this wind, it's going to continue all day. Here's a look at our wind gust planner straight out of the north. That cold, wet wind will continue to be gusting into the 30s to some 40s through the morning, continuing on into the afternoon. We could see a 40-mile-per-hour gust. So again, even after that snow ends, we're still dealing with blowing snow in the valley today. So be careful if you must travel today. Maybe just rethink it, actually. We're looking at some tough conditions all day long. Later tonight, that's when we finally see the wind ease up, but it's going to be cold.
Yeah, no travel advisory still in effect for where a lot of people live this morning, so be careful. Lisa, thank you. 6 semis, 8 cars, and 6 injuries, one of them serious. North Dakota state troopers say the chain reaction crash on I-94 is the reason why they tell people to stay off of these roads during the blizzard conditions. Now this one right here, take a look at the video, happened yesterday afternoon on I-94 near Mapleton, and it started when a driver rear-ended a semi.
Well, that crash blocked both lanes of the interstate, and the other 12 vehicles coming up, well, they couldn't see the near whiteout conditions to stop in time to avoid the mess. First responders from 5 departments plus numerous tow truck drivers were on the scene for 5 hours.
And that's all because of the difficult travel conditions. We are still facing them this morning. We want to take a look at what you're up against in North Dakota. Now, we said a lot of people are in the no travel advisory. That's Cass County. That's West Fargo and Fargo, where a lot of folks live, but also in other areas as well. Jamestown, Valley City, Oaks, Lisbon, Wahpeton. I'm going to outline where that is. It starts at Trail County, heads south along the Red River to the South Dakota border, then goes up to Jamestown, back over. Everything you see shaded here in red. No travel advised. We're even talking the interstate I-94 west of Fargo all the way to Jamestown, closed. I-29 south of Fargo to the South Dakota border, closed this morning. And let's get a look at where a travel alert is. I am going to outline that in orange this morning. The Canadian border down along the Red River, again right to Trail County where the no travel advisory is issued, all the way over to the west, back up north, back over to Canada again. This area in a travel alert. So basically right here you have Bismarck, Mandan. To the east of it, you're either no travel advised or a travel alert, so make sure you're being careful if you do have to head out. But again, they're saying you need to stay home this morning. Taking a look over on the Minnesota side, we have Highway 10 from Moorhead to Hawley. Looks like completely covered in snow. Hawley all the way down to about Staples, we're partially covered. I-94, we are partially covered to seasonal in some spots. However, still be careful as we head to more northwestern Minnesota. Thief River Falls, Grand Forks, Crookston, Red Lake Falls. We are talking about partially covered roads there. To the more northwest angle part of things, though, War Road, Roseau, we're talking seasonal weather conditions there. However, it's still very cold, as Lisa had said. So if you have to go somewhere, make sure that you are telling people your plans today and you let them know when you arrive safely, so that way they don't have to be concerned for your safety. Phoenix.
Closed, delayed, or going virtual. More than 100 school districts across the valley are adjusting schedules because of rough weather. We've heard from many schools that are shutting down altogether today, including Fargo, West Fargo, Detroit Lakes, Fergus Falls, NDSU, MSUM, and NDSCS. Moorhead, Wahpeton, Breckenridge, North Cass, Pelican Rapids are among the districts going with virtual learning today. And those that are opening late include Hawley, Valley City, Crookston, Bemidji, Concordia College, and Valley State University. And again, this is just a few of the dozens of school districts that are changing things up today. And that list may change, of course, going on throughout the morning. So keep an eye on our school closings online and right here on Valley Today. Fargo roads are also working towards the clock to clear the roads. The latest hit, of course, from Mother Nature this morning.
Public Works officials say plow drivers normally work in 2 shifts to help cover the changing weather conditions, but some roads do get priority over others. So with this particular storm system, you may be waiting longer for your neighborhood to get cleared. Plow drivers start with roads that tend to have the most traffic and are used by emergency services. Secondary streets that connect to neighborhoods will then get plowed after that.
This is an extended storm with lots of wind, so plan can always change, but we do want to get into the neighborhoods and get them cleared up.
Snow picks back up and winds get stronger. Plows will have to move out of the neighborhoods and return to the primary roads.
Charges are pending against a Mayville, North Dakota man after he smashed into the back of a state snowplow during those blizzard-like conditions. It happened yesterday. The Highway Patrol says 25-year-old Lance Johnson was going north on I-29 near Buxton yesterday afternoon when he rear-ended the plow that was clearing snow from the highway.
The driver of the plow wasn't hurt, but Johnson had minor injuries. Troopers say there was poor visibility and drifting snow at the time of the crash. And BNSF is investigating the crash of one of its trains into a semi in Benson County, North Dakota. Real officials tell us it happened just after 12 noon yesterday in the town of Leeds.
They say the train crew was not hurt, but there's no word on what happened to the semi driver. There's a picture of the scene. Blizzard conditions grounded a number of flights out of Fargo yesterday, including this one right here. It's an American Airlines flight, and passengers had to exit outside of the plane in the cold and the snow.
Well, it was only mechanical issues with the plane, but also a broken jet bridge. And after it happened, the passengers were sitting in the plane for 4 hours. One passenger says she wasn't able to rebook her flight until next week. And closing arguments are planned today in the federal civil rights trial involving 3 former Minneapolis police officers. The defense for Tao and Alexander King and Thomas Lane rested yesterday. They are accused of failing to help George Floyd in the Derek Chauvin as he pressed his knee into Floyd's neck.
Lane was the last of the 3 officers to testify in the road defense. He says he didn't realize how dire Floyd's condition was until paramedics turned him over. Before that, he says he thought he saw Floyd's chest rise and fall. Closing arguments in the case are expected to take most of the day today. New this morning, 2 Minnesota prison guards are recovering from injuries after being attacked over the weekend by an inmate.
What happened Saturday during a routine cell search at the Stillwater facility and still on lockdown, the inmate has been moved into the maximum security prison at Oaks Park Heights.
Today is the day for our Wishes in Flight Miles to Smiles drive. It's a project to help make a difference in the lives of children who are battling critical illnesses.
Air travel is the largest expense of the chapter's annual wish budget, and you can donate your unused air miles to help Make-A-Wish give dream vacations to area kids. To donate your unused miles, head to valleynewslive.com or download the VNL News app and click on this story.
And we're going to keep you updated with that Miles for Smiles drive all day long. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up for you on the Fargo CW. Stay safe, everyone.